Hello everybody. This is another special edition of the Musings and Music Show. And this time we're not on Zoom like you can see. I have my guest right here in my own home with me, my little sister, Abong. Even though she's going to introduce herself more formally, I am thrilled to have her on the show today. Of course, I'm Egbe Mbiwan Monjimbo and you are?
ABONG NGRANUI.
Welcome to my home.
Welcome
to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, because since she's my neighbor right here and my little sister, I said, why send the Zoom thing out? Just come on over and let's have a chat.
Exactly.
So she's here specifically because of the No Backpack movement, the No Backpack organization, which I don't know who would not have heard about it yet, but you never know, somebody might not have heard about it. So go ahead and tell them, what is the No Backpack movement?
Okay. So my name is ABONG NGRANUI. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm here with Sister Egbe, who is my big sister. Yeah, one and only. We have an amazing daughter called MONGAI. MONGAI is she's soon going to be 22 years old.
Cannot believe it.
Yeah, time flies. June 4th, she'll be 22. But she has an amazing organization called No Backpack Day. I know you all will wonder, what is No Backpack Day? Sometimes the meaning of the name can tell you what the organization is, but I'll give you a little history about it. So MONGAI, we're both from Cameroon, and MONGAI was born here in Charlotte, North Carolina at the age of 3. She did her first trip to Cameroon with me. It was a mission-oriented trip. We went out to the rural areas in Cameroon and just helped kids that were in need, mostly the AIDS orphans at that time. And so taking MONGAI to Cameroon, of course, a proud Cameroonian mom of a child who was born here, my intention was for her to gradually get to know the motherland, gradually get to know Cameroon. But like I always say when I reflect back, it's like God had another plan for MONGAI, because when she went out there, she was not focused about building relationship with her family members, but she was instead seeing what some of the kids in Cameroon did not have. And again, I'm saying rural Cameroon because like in the city, a lot of kids will have access to some of these things. But what MONGAI really picked out was that kids in rural Cameroon not only walk to school, but they walk to school carrying their books and their school supplies in their hands or in plastic bags. And when she was 8 years old, after about 3 or 4 trips, she launched the No Backpack Day Foundation all by herself.
Oh, by her own little pretty, smart, compassionate self. Yes. I cannot help but add those things because I know her. She's my daughter too. She's my daughter too. So an amazing child that you would go to Cameroon and instead of seeing what it is, most of us go there, we're like, what can we get as little gifts for us, as souvenirs to bring back? But she actually looked at kids and thought about their plight. And so what did she decide to do about it?
Okay, so it was back in 2012, and really she did this all by her own. No, I didn't have any awareness of it. I had won an award in Charlotte because of the other things that I did, and after the award, I was actually in the newspaper, on TV and all of that. So MONGAI took that newspaper and went to the school and showed her teacher that her mom had won an award. Then she shared the story of children in Cameroon walking to school without their backpacks, and then the school decided that they were going to do what is called a No Backpack Day. But I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't aware of any of this. It took like a period of 1 week. MONGAI was going during lunchtime. Instead of my child having lunch with her friends, she was doing a presentation from one classroom to the other, telling the kids in America about the kids in Cameroon. And so the school decided that they were going to collect backpacks and give it to MONGAI so she can take it on her next trip to Cameroon. And guess what MONGAI said? She said, well, before you all give us the backpacks, let's have an experience. Let's all come to school for a day without our backpacks.
Let us really see concretely what it feels like
exactly.
to have to come to carry your books, pencils, everything in your hands or in a plastic bag without the backpacks that we just take for granted.
Exactly.
So what did they do?
So that's when the school called me and they said, we're doing a No Backpack Day. I'm like, what is a No Backpack Day? And then the principal explained it to me that that's what they were going to do. And me, this Cameroonian woman, I was like, American children, they ain't going to do nothing. If you're lucky, maybe just your classmates are going to support you. I don't think parents are going to allow their kids to come to school for a day. But lo and behold, I was shocked and surprised when I went to that school that day. By the end of the day, it was a school of 900 kids, 800 kids came without their backpacks.
Wow.
Yep, carrying
That is
their books.
practically the entire school.
Yes, it's the entire school.
They bought into it, bless their hearts.
They did.
Do we mind sharing what elementary school that was?
Yes, that was Blythe Elementary in Huntersville.
Right.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So they came to school without the backpacks and then went ahead and donated backpacks.
They did.
Do you remember how many back in that 2012?
Yeah, 2012. So when Blythe Elementary did the No Backpack Day, the media was there. So Monga was on the news. They shared the information. That year, 8 other schools reached out to us that they wanted to do a No Backpack Day and give back backpacks. So that summer we went to Cameroon with 500 backpacks.
Wow.
Yeah, from these 8 schools in Charlotte.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's not even just that it's only backpacks. School supplies are put in there, to pencils, things that kids would use were also added to the amazing.
Exactly.
So that was 2012.
Yeah.
Was that a one-time thing? I know the answer, but I'm just asking.
It's not a one-time thing. It's now a movement.
Yes,
Yeah, it's now a movement where schools. In Charlotte itself, more than 50 schools in Charlotte have done No Backpack Day, and then you have some schools around in different parts of the countries also that have done No Backpack Day. Even in Angola, they've done a No Backpack Day. Mexico has done a No Backpack Day. Other places have done No Backpack Day. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And so, would you mind sharing some countries, names of some countries or names of some areas that have benefited from the backpacks you take with you each time you go?
Yes, I can. So it's been more than 100,000 backpacks that we've collected since 2012, and 20 African countries that has been that have benefited from these backpacks. And I'll try as much as I can to remember.
Some of
Yeah,
them.
it's Angola, Benin, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Congo, Gabon.
Don't forget South Africa.
South Africa, Liberia, Malawi, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Sierra Leone, and the list goes on and
that's
on.
pretty much the entire continent.
Yes.
Right. And most of the time you actually do go there your own self.
Yes,
it's not that you just send them or ship them there.
Yes.
Mongai goes with you
Yes.
to actually go do this.
Yes.
Sorry, I cut you off. You were going to say something. Do you remember what it was now?
I remember what it was. Yes,
Okay.
and so it's interesting that yes, we've given out to those African countries, but even here in Charlotte, here in Mecklenburg County, we've also given backpacks to the kids here and also in Canada.
Because we forget that.
Yes.
Because it's just, you see, this is the first world. We are the third world. We forget that even here too, we do have people who are underprivileged and who need those things. So you see, it's, yes, you say charity begins at home, your original home for you, but this is your community. So it's a good thing that you're giving back to this community as well, the one that you actually live in.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What have the challenges been, if any, in this whole thing? Or has it just been a smooth ride?
No, it
all
hasn't.
along?
Everything has challenges for sure. It hasn't been a smooth ride. Of course, financial piece of it, it's a challenging part of it, and especially now in this time and area where people are losing their jobs and a lot of unemployment. So it's kind of like really that's a big challenge right there. And also getting the backpacks to the different countries.
Shipping them.
Yeah. So which again falls on the financial, and then the other part is little Miss Monga is now in college, right? And at the end of the day, she also has to have a future life of her own. And if this is really what God wants her to do, hey, lo and behold, God will still direct her to it. So I'm speaking really on her behalf right now. Yeah, she would have been here talking, but because school, of course, is also a necessity. Yeah, she has to do that. So that can be a challenge for us to go during for her to get school time, for her to be physically present, even in the summer. Like we're going this summer, but she has to make it in such a way that it doesn't affect her schoolwork.
And then you have to consider what conditions are in our own country over there, because here it's summertime. There it's the rainy season though. In many places that you're trying to go to, it's the rainy season, so it's hard to juggle and find the right time here and the right time there to convenient to make it work. But yes, you know, God, when he wants to do something, he'll make it happen by hook or by crook. It will happen because, of course, it's for the benefit of the children, the needy children there who I have seen the videos. Come and see the happy faces. They would sing. They would know, just receiving something from someplace else that somebody thought about them. Not only that they need the thing, somebody thought about them. It's a heartwarming thing. I can imagine the kids sitting on in their school desk now saying, I need to learn and study and make good use of this backpack that was given to me. But there have been successes too, of course, because that's why the thing has gone all over the world. So you want to recount some of the things that have happened that are really positive, or that are maybe highlights of the whole thing.
I think the joy of the kids getting the backpack and then seeing them putting so much into their education and succeeding, passing and all of that. And then also planting the spirit of giving back in the children, in the community. Because like I said in Angola, because of what MONGAI did, they have started a No Backpack Day also in Angola, where they're giving now out to kids in orphanages, and then also just having the support of world leaders. That MONGAI, that's something that it's like an anointment that God has just
amazing.
Yeah,
I am here. I'm a living proof of how they say enjoy for President back.
No, it's just amazing.
People that she has brought to this town. They came because of her. Name some of them.
Well, Lema Bowe was the really first person that came here in 2000, I think it was 16 or 17, and Lema Bowe is a Nobel Peace Prize laureate who won the prize because of the war in Liberia. She was able to stop the war. She came, and then Ligia Fonseca, former First Lady of Cape Verde, then she was the first lady. She was actually first lady that came. The former president of Mauritius came here. Former first lady, oh my God, Mama Maureen. How can we forget Mama Maureen? She did not only come once, but she came twice. Yes, that's just to show how much she believes in what MONGAI is doing and being able to say, yes, I'm gonna endorse this child because what she is doing
is really worthy.
Really worthy. Yes.
Just talk of how many times she has been on TV and in newspapers in this town, in Charlotte.
Oh my God.
So we have lived there donkey years. Nobody knows us. but MONGAI has been on TV, been there countless times. Countless times.
You just Google MONGAI Fankam, it's like, oh my God, the whole thing comes up right there. Yes.
She's a blessing. So you were talking about the fact that you are representing her here on this show, this episode of this show right now, because she's in school. So naturally we would have waited for her to come and be present herself to do this, but we can't afford to wait because something is coming up at the end of the month, 26th of April to be precise. What is coming up? You tell them.
Oh, so we have a fundraiser coming up on April 26th. I'm here in Charlotte, and this is amazing. I didn't even know how big it was, like what we were even getting into. But during COVID, what happened was MONGAI, since we're not able to travel to any African country during that time, MONGAI decided to do a Zoom interview, and she was interviewing a lot of other women, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to try Uma Obama. And Uma Obama is Barack Obama's sister. I'm like, MONGAI, good luck. You're on your own right there. I don't know what you're doing, but lo and behold, Uma responded, and she did an interview with her, which is on YouTube. And so this year, Uma Obama is coming to Charlotte. She's going to be the keynote speaker. Can you believe it? And Obama coming to Charlotte? Like my friend said it yesterday, the sister of President Obama, the president's sister, is coming to Charlotte.
That's why my ticket is bought. I cannot wait to go see for myself. If I cannot meet President Barack Obama himself, I can sure meet his sister. And she's coming all the way because of MONGAI. And so it's going to be, tell us a little bit, is it a gala? Is it a, what is it exactly?
Be a gala. It's going to be a gala, a sit-down dinner, where she's going to be a keynote speaker. Of course, we're going to have other speakers that are going to talk, and then we'll talk about the history of No Backpack Day, where we are right now, what the goals and the mission, and just give people opportunity to support.
Yes, because that's the thing. Sometimes you have a little bit of money, a penny or two, and you're like, what can that penny really do? But if you're going to be able to get a chance to put it together with other people's gifts and donations, then the little drops of water will make that mighty ocean that will go and make a real big impact somewhere. So do you mind giving us a few details for those who are listening, who may be within driving or flying distance of Charlotte, North Carolina, who may want to come and be part of this?
Definitely. So April 26th from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. and it's gonna be at the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, for those of us who live in Charlotte, we know that what that is, because when you get a picture of the landscape of Charlotte, you know how they do a landscape of the highlight the center of a city, and they put the well-known buildings in that city. We have the Bank of America building, and we have the NASCAR, like the car racing building that stand up there. How did you pull that off, my dear?
Through my connections.
I bet you do have them. You will have them, given who you yourself are. Because today we're talking about Mongai and the No Backpack Day movement, but you yourself are somebody with a lot of clout.
Thank you.
For the first time, I will get to go into that building myself because of this. There are very many perks to go into that thing. So the NASCAR building downtown, and it starts at 6:30. You said.
6:30. Yes.
Mind sharing what the cost of the tickets are and how to get them?
Yes, the tickets are $150 per person for a single ticket, and that's going to cover your dinner for the night and the whole event. And you can get it on our website, which is www.nobackpackday.org. Yes.
So all one word.
All one word.
NOBackpackday.org. If you enter that, you're going to find it. I'm sure it's going to pop up.
It's going to pop up.
So if you go to the website, do you see right there how to purchase a ticket?
Yes, you say purchase a ticket. Yes,
purchase a ticket, and you go there. You get your receipts.
Yes.
Yep. I know. I wish I brought my own receipts to show right here. I printed the thing out there the other day and put it nicely, not far from my Bible, because I don't want to lose it. Waiting for that day to come and for me to find something decent and waltz my way downtown to go and do my own.
Well, it's for you to give. It's for a worthy cause, and this year our goal is 10,000 backpacks, and it's not just 10,000 backpacks, it's 10,000 lives that you're gonna touch. It's 10,000 reasons to believe, 10,000 acts of love. So that's what I'm pleading. It's not about me, it's not about Mongai, but it's about those children. And we have seen it firsthand, what it means when a child receives a backpack. And you had asked me about the challenge. Another challenge is those kids that do not get the backpacks. The kids that are standing there, the thousands of kids that are standing there hoping that their name will be called, and their name is not called. And so this year, if we can even do beyond the 2,000 that we do annually in a country, that will be awesome. So any way that you can support, if you cannot get a ticket, nothing is too small. $5, $10, even $1. That's $1 that we do not have.
Correct.
So it's $1 more. So whatever you can do to support, please, please, please help us so we can change life.
Right. I hope you caught that, because if you cannot go to the ceremony itself, you don't even live in Charlotte, you don't live around Charlotte, you cannot fly here, you cannot drive here to physically support, that same website, www.nobackpackday.org, has a donation button right there too. Yes. So $1, $2, $5, $10, $1 million. Yes. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yes.
Donate it there. It doesn't mean that she's talking about a specific show happening here on the 26th. It doesn't mean today, as you're listening to this, that you cannot go there and just donate out of the kindness of your heart. It is a wonderful thing to give, especially when you're not even giving to somebody that you know that's not your relative, somebody who does not know you, who will never meet you this side of heaven. But who would have benefited. That is the best kind of giving, as opposed to the one where you give somebody. And there's nothing wrong with any kind of giving, but I'm just saying that one just warms the heart even more, because there's somebody there who's going to be happy and thank you without even knowing your specific name to thank you by. It's an amazing thing.
And you don't know if that child is going to be the one that will find the cure of cancer, right? Because
you don't know. What you have done is give them an opportunity.
Yes.
Even if they don't find that cure for cancer or for AIDS or whatever it is we're looking for, what about you prevent them from being on the street and being the next burglar, the next, sorry to use the term, prostitute, the next destitute person out there? For you to have done that, it will be a marvelous thing. So I'm joining my voice and appealing that you do that, you make the donations. So where do you see this No Backpack Day movement going in the future? If you were given a chance to say what you would like, somebody came and said, I can grant you your wish, just tell me what it is you want for this movement.
Oh my God, that's a big one. That's a big one. Someone would grant me a wish. Well, I wanted to just keep on the gift that keeps on giving, right?
Okay.
Just to keep on, because the Bible says the poor is always going to be among us.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not something they're going to say after 10 years it should stop.
Yep.
But something that is just going to grow beyond Africa. It's going to grow a global thing. So we know the needs are all over. Like here in America, we're giving in America. Why can't we give the children in Asia? Why can't we give to the children in Australia? So something that is really just going to be a global movement. And if, hey, we'll get to the point where we say, oh, it's no more backpack. No, everybody gets a backpack now. So what's going to be the next need that we can look into and start focusing on? So, but just something that's going to be there. I believe it's just going to be a legacy. And I just trust God when God says the poor is always going to be amongst us, and He has called us to help the poor. So it's just going to be an organization that keeps on helping.
Giving, whichever way.
Yes,
so you think you might, of course, that name No Backpack Day is the brand of it, because that's where it began.
Yes.
But do you think you may want to branch out into something else or stay with education? I'm just asking.
Right now we're staying into education and leadership. Okay. Yes, education and leadership. That's what we feel called now to do again. But the master up there, he always has his own plan. So maybe 10 years from now, he's going to say, oh, let's go into healthcare, or let's do something. Something
else actually. But for now, that's what we are centered on, because we know we grew up with parents who told us education is the key. Education is the key. And we know why they said it is still the key. Because even though you can say, okay, well, people go to school and they don't get jobs later and everything, also that definition of school, that's a different show for a different day, has to go different, because it was go to school that time was the grammar school. But now we know school is learning a craft.
Exactly.
Learning anything that you can get out of that institution and use to take care of yourself and a family. So when we give like that, we're not saying it must only be for somebody who's going to go to a regular grammar school kind of a thing setting, but anything when you're going to probably even learn a trade, just something that will make a kid go give them a future, give them at least reason to hope for the future. All right. Any other what closing word do you have?
Good question. What closing word do I have? Just to encourage people, know that the needs are out there, and we're all called in this world for a purpose. We all have a purpose, and we're called for a reason. And just to look within your heart and keep on supporting and listen to that still small voice. And also thank you for this opportunity that you have given me, and you're just one of also of those people that has listened to God, and you're using you've been obedient to His call, and this is an amazing platform that you're giving people like us to be able to share. And so I want to say thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's the least I could do. Come and just sit here. This time I didn't even need to go anywhere. Just sit right here in my own living room and just have you come and say. And I keep saying, just like they say, the word of God, it doesn't ever go out void, don't ever go out and return void. Somebody is listening to this who will do something about it. Even if it's only one person, two, it is still one more than before we did this. So maybe there's somebody who would watch this who had never heard about the No Backpack movement before. Now they know. If they don't do help here, they may be inspired to go help somewhere else, do something else. It may just pick their interest. And for those who think, okay, I don't have, the idea is I know first get, who said they can't take some for go give another person. That's not how it works. Like we know about the widow's mite.
Exactly.
You just give, and they say God will multiply it somehow, and it will end up meeting the need. This is just for those who are skeptical. This is so not a scam. It has been out there for decades. It is searchable, researchable. Go and Google the No Backpack Day movement. Google MONGAI FANKAM, MONGAI FANKAM, FANKAM. You will find her there, pictures and all. So it is as genuine as can be. Every penny you give, that is what it is used for. Somebody's going to benefit. So if there's nothing else that we have to say right here, I will say give you a big old hug.
Thank you.
Proud of you. Very proud of you, and proud of her daughter Mongai. She's an amazing kid. You raised her well.
She raised her well. Thank you so much.
All right. So this has been a special edition of the Musings and Music Show. And we're going to say goodbye. Please give.
Thank you.